What's cracking, trainers? XehrFelrose here, bringing you some Pokemon GO Battle League content. Today's video, we're taking another Master League Shoutcast at you again. This time by Professor Broke with a team that I think is going to be the best team, if not just the best team in the Master League. This core that these two Pokemon have is just incredibly synergistic. But before I even talk about the obvious things on this team, Urshifu is the thing that I didn't have when I wanted to try this team. And I was poring over the Sims on PvPoke for like a solid couple hours, going back and forth while I'm at work, just trying to put together a team that I think I'm going to climb with. And I land on this exact team, but I couldn't make it because I don't have the Urshifu. So we're going to be having the Crown Form Zacian on the lead and the Palkia in the back. Palkia and Zacian Crown Form, they just make the most cohesive core in the Master League. I don't think there's a better one as far as two Pokemon that cover each other's weaknesses almost perfectly. There's only 3 things in the whole meta that have win conditions into these two Pokemon, and they're not even like dominant. They're very, very close matchups. This team is, I think, going to be the best team in the Master League. Let's check out Professor Broke piloting it here in the game. Let's get into the first battle. Trainer, that's a Kyogre. We have 2 better answers in the back. Urshifu is going to be our safe switch. It has counter the opponent, going to farm up a bunch of energy and then look to go maybe for a... No, they're going to swap out into a Necrozma. That's a dynamic punch, Trainer. And that is a Dawn Wings. Oh, Trainer, that's a nice catch, bro. We have Aqua Jet, though. Unfortunately, Urshifu is locked behind counter as its fast move. Otherwise, it has like Rock Smash and Trainer, baiting. Baiting, Trainer, no! Urshifu has Rock Smash and Waterfall as its other fast move. So counter is probably the best one that it's got. The opponent, however, not only have they baited, but now they are trying to commit to a farm down, and Urshifu is grabbing a shield and getting an Aqua Jet for the road before going down, and the opponent still down a shield. Zacian can tank this very, very nicely. Or we're going to see the opponent go for the move. They go for the Moongeist. Are we going to shield it? They full send the Moongeist, which is massive because now Zacian has the chance to possibly do something, maybe farm down, use this energy. The opponent goes for another Moongeist. That hurts, man. But now they're definitely not getting to another move. Zacian's loaded on energy, and in comes a no! We have Palkia. We need to 2v1 the Palkia. Palkia comes up. Why does the opponent shield? Are they afraid of the Giga Impact? Oh, surely they've seen it, but that's okay because Kyogre about to have a bad day. They're going to go for that Blizzard, though, I'll bet you. They're on Thunder. Why are you all on Thunder? I remember when... Is Blizzard not the best move for Kyogre anymore? I've seen so many people on Thunder lately, and I don't understand it. Now, incredibly... strong play, holding that energy until the farm down is reached, and we just go for the back-to-back anything. Because Ho-Oh does not, I believe, survive 2 moves. However, trying to go for some Dragon Breaths in between those Aqua Tails would have been a very good, just kind of heads-up thing, just in case the 2 Aqua Tails by themselves are not enough. But they are just enough to get the knockout here. Good game to the opponent. We got the next game, Zacian staring down its shiny... superior self, and they're hacking at each other with those blades in their mouths. They're going for the Behemoth Blade. One of these is going to nearly one-hit KO the opposing Zacian. Whoever lets this go is in trouble, but that was not a CMP tie. And here comes Urshifu, and it's able to withstand the might of the Behemoth Blade, but the opponent's packing play rough. Opponent's placking pay rough. Oh, my Lord. We have a dynamic punch going out now, though. The opponent's Kyogre is not in a good spot here in this matchup. Does it have the Thunder? I think, I don't know if they've built up to it. I don't know if they did or not. That is a Surf Trainer. That's not going to do it. Urshifu now can get a full farm down. Has tons of energy now to apply to the next matchup, which is still going to go somewhere, most likely. Like, into the Ho-Oh Trainer. We've got to be throwing fast moves. The opponent's getting multiple turns of energy and whatnot. Zacian's going to come back in, though. It's halfway down. The Ho-Oh in the back. I mean, now that we have the Palkia and they have the play rough. Oh, my God. We're looking to finish the game here with the Zacian, and the Urshifu nearly has a move. If you could save the shield for it, you're in good play. You're in a good place. The opponent, however, looking to go for the Behemoth Blade. Can we get the full farm down? Getting the farm down, and that's exactly what we need. Opponent gonna have to use up that bulk on that Ho-Oh because 2 close combats are gonna be darn near enough. Never mind, they have full HP. What am I talking about, trainers? I don't know why I thought the Ho-Oh had some damage on it. I must be out of my mind. But we get to the Aqua Jet. This has to be enough. Urshifu! Got him! Aqua Jet's enough. No way it wasn't. Who was worried? I wasn't worried at any point that we're going to lose that game. Next game, we got Zacian. We got Got It at the Mall Zacian. We got the Honda Civic of Zacians, the basic but trusty Zacian. However, it's going to get absolutely bodied by this crown form opponent. Going to have to shield up a Behemoth Blade, Bash, Behemoth Blash. Yeah, they have to shield that up. Doing this super effective Metal Claw damage. The opponent, Zacian, has absolutely no moves that can one-hit KO or even close. And they're just dropping their defense for these close combats. They're going to fire off another move, likely another close combat. Opponent probably just trying to get a shield here. And they succeed. Close combat. Going to drop the defense all the way down. And now, even shields. But all that energy, the opponent's got a Ho-Oh. Of course they do. Of course they always have a Ho-Oh in the back. Now, this team also would probably work... I don't know if Keldeo is something that you have access to if you don't have the Urshifu, but otherwise, I mean, just any like good thing that can deal with ground types like Rhyperior and Ho-Oh, right? Ground water-ish. I mean, because Kyogre's not really super great for Zacian, but you want something that can deal with those Pokemon like Ho-Oh, most definitely. Hello, I just yapped over a dynamic punch landing. I'm going back for the replay on that one, trainers. I gotta stop it. Sacred Fire ain't doing nothing. Then comes the Dialga. The Dialga's gonna have a bad day, bro. No, I rewound for this one. We're going in on this. Yes, we are. Boom, baby. Oh! I talked over the button. I can't do it. Oh, it was beautiful. I saw it. It was great. I needed that in my life, dude. I have a feeling that the screen went super white. If anybody noticed that, I have to go back and watch it. I went and got my button. Anyway, me being stupid aside, that's a Groudon on the field. That's a bad thing. Palkia is going to come in, but Palkia not having a good time against Urshifu. This is exactly what Professor Broke needs to flip switch. Dynamic Punch would do so much damage. The opponent's going to have to bait. They just bait, don't they? Definitely baiting here. Aqua Tail, absolutely. Because they just need the Dragon Breaths at this point. And then this Dynamic Punch reach, I don't think they get to another one, though. Oh, do they get to another one? No, they don't. It said here, have a switch. Opponent said it wasn't worth it. Groudon's going to come back in. Has to throw the charge move. If this is a Fire Punch, Urshifu just might hang on to get an Aqua Jet off for its trainer. No, it didn't make it. Oh, I was hoping it was going to make it, but Palkia can now come in and is aligned. And Zacian now comes into the mirror. Opponent has a shiny Zacian. Opponent's going to go for a charge move. Is it Behemoth Blade? Yes, it is. We let the Behemoth Blade go, but we can get to a close combat, surely. No, we can't get to 2. Wanted to go for the Behemoth Blade, but we couldn't do it. Now it's all up to... Palkia, buddy. You got to make it. You got to make it. You got to make it to 2 Aqua Tails, buddy. Can you do it? We believe in you. Everybody at home is rooting for you today. You can do it, buddy. Opponent doesn't have Play Rough. Surely they don't have Play Rough. They have the close combat. They drop the defense. Opponent has another move, but it's the close combat. They're going to try to go for the catch. Can the Palkia handle it? Opponent comes in with the Groudon, and they get to the move. Oh, man. But it's Fire Punch. Doesn't matter, because we still don't get to another Aqua Tail, and that is a sad victory. Oh, my goodness. That's the kind of game that I would lose. Just by that much, and you just played your heart out, dude. That was a great game. Good game. However, target acquired. Zacian in the next game has a Kyurem in its sights, and they stayed in to mess around and find out what fast move does that have. We have Dragon Tail on the opponent, but they're going to swap in on this Palkia. No, the Palkia... Did the Palkia counter switch? Hold on a minute. What's going on? Palkia, I think, is counter switched. And at this point, it might just be because Urshifu and Zacian are both really good matchups into the Kyurem. And I believe that's why they just threw the Palkia in here, just to make sure it gets some use. Opponent going to be, however, able to get a nice farm down from this Palkia. What are we coming in with? We come in with the Zacian to absorb the energy, but how much can you absorb? The opponent going to be throwing a charge move. They got to go for the Behemoth Blade. You do live it, but how much? They do full send it. And the opponent coming in with the Kyurem. We're going for the Behemoth Blade right away. We're letting it rip. Trainer, do you have a shield for this Kyurem? You got to use it now. Kaboom! Baby, that was beautiful. Oh, and they have a Ho-Oh in the back. Trainer, no. Unfortunately, your Ho-Oh is about to be, oh no. Going for the Aqua Jet here. Doesn't matter. Going for it just because we know we can. Opponent's getting to a charge move anyway. After this, Aqua Jet's going to do quite a bit of damage. But do they Brave Bird? You have to shield. They actually go for the Brave Bird. Can Urshifu get the counter down with the resisted? No! No, it can't. But now Zacian has the opportunity to get the farm off this Ho-Oh and be able to fully get that Metal Claw farm down that it so needs. Can the opponent get to another Behemoth Blade? If they do, the game is over. It's a Behemoth Blade. We lose. Oh, no. Good game. How sad. We have another Zacian lead mirror match once again. Opponent, however, has a baby Zacian. Got it at the, I don't know, the small one's got it at the mall. What's a baby? It's 55 combat power, so it's definitely not a hundo, unfortunately. But the opponent has decided shinies do more damage, and they're right. Going for the mirror shields here. Behemoth Blade getting the shield. I don't know what the IVs. Maybe it could have been like a 15. I don't know. That's like 100 less CP than the hundo, I think. That's a lot. I'm just waiting to see. Close combat is reached. The opponent gets through the shield. Urshifu, how much damage did that do? That took it down into the red. But now the opponent can come in with the Palkia, and now the thing is that Professor Broke's Urshifu has created an HP differential in this Palkia mirror. We can drop in our Palkia with a shield and fully farm down if we so choose, but no. Coming in with a Zacian to absorb the energy because it does triple resist the Dragon Breaths. And then we're coming in immediately with Palkia after the energy gets dumped. The opponent needs to be able to get to the Spatial Rend. If Professor Broke knows this is not the Spatial Rend, he might no-shield this. It's not worth it, Trainer. Shield it. It's an Aqua Tail. Doesn't matter. That's the shield you needed. You have now unshielded energy from the mighty Palkia origin. This energy always goes somewhere, even into a Zacian. This is going to be doing a lot of their remaining health. Going to leave them deep in the red. Aqua Tail getting them close to being KO'd. Can they get to another move? No, they cannot. Zacian going to be meeting its demise from the Palkia. Palkia's Aqua Tail goes through. What's in the back? The opponent has Necrozma, but in this, can we even get their chipping with this Aqua Tail? We need Zacian to get to the Behemoth Blade. Does it? No, it does not. Oh, no. We're losing again. That's unfortunate. Dark Pulse. No! They throw the Dark Pulse! Trainer! Huh? What? Huh? We take those, though. Behemoth Blade absolutely crushing the soul of this opponent who might not have Moongeist Beam or chose to use Outrage. Dark Pulse. Oh goodness, we take those, but we have a not-so-great matchup in the next game. Zygarde, if it has Earthquake, is a bad losing matchup for Zacian. Crown Form, Behemoth Blade, getting charged up. Opponent looking to go for a move at some point. No, they're farming up to the Earthquake. They want the Zacian to fear the ground quaking beneath its feet. This Behemoth Blade barely does anything to Zygarde because it's just that thick. Where a Behemoth Blade does 50%. My goodness, that's insane. But in comes Urshifu, gonna be able to pace nicely here. The opponent does not have an Earthquake yet. What are they gonna do? Throw a Crunch? No, they're gonna bank the energy. In comes Zacian, having that Metal Claw. It's resisted. Behemoth Blade also resisted. The opponent probably gonna try to go for some close combats. Dynamic Punches reach from Urshifu, and it's gonna look to throw it into the Zacian, and that's doing a lot of damage, leaving Zacian. Ooh, we shield this and we just get rid of all of Zacian's energy. That is a very nice farm down to get. The opponent comes in with their Crown Form Zamazenta, which has the same problem. The opponent knows it's over immediately in top lefts. Good game. Necrozma? Oh man, been a while since we've seen you, buddy. How you been? How's that power creep doing? Because now everybody's running Zacian instead of you. And I'm so sad because you're such a cool Pokemon. Why is Necrozma? I was gonna say, why is Niantic and looking at Necrozma? Why is this game being power crept so bad? Trainers, tell me in the comments. I need someone to make sense of it. Because all it is just they want money and make the next strongest thing and we'll buy it. Anyway, that's power creep. That's the power creep matchup right there. In comes the Urshifu. Does it have the matchup resistances it needs? Sunsteel Strike is the best the opponent can do. They are on the Dark Pulse. Going for the Dynamic Punch. Aqua Jet might have been enough here, actually. But going for the Dynamic Punch just to be sure to get that knockout One shield remaining on each side. Pretty healthy Pokemon on Professor Broke's side, and in comes Palkia. Can we hang on and get to the Dynamic Punch? Absolutely not. That HP bar went down way too fast, and the opponent has energy on that Palkia. Maybe we look to see them come in with the Zacian once again to do the exact same thing that they did in the last game, looking to absorb the energy on the Palkia, or on the Zacian, and then come in with Palkia afterwards. Nope, different play this time, but now the opponent has turned the tables. Oh, the tables have turned. The turns have tabled. My goodness. This just got really bad. I would love to see this, though. This is a 2-shield scenario, 1-to-1. Zacian going for the close combat. It's not enough. It's not one shot. That's Aqua Tail is coming, hanging on for a little bit longer, going for a slight overfarm just in case the opponent might be able to switch. I don't think they could have, but they let it go! They say no! My Zacian is better! And therefore they lose, because close combat has reached the opponent now within 1 move range. They have the double close combat. Palkia not looking so good. After this, it looks a little pale. I think Palkia is in for a bad day. They gotta throw, but wait, is close combat, is it enough? I don't know. This is about half. I've taken these before. Close combat, not quite enough. Have to get the farm down. Gets the farm down, and now we go for the 1 Metal Claw down to take out the Zacian. Good game. Whoa, that was a ride. We have Palkia on the lead here in the next game, making me wish I had Air Cutter on the Zacian. It has Air Cutter, dude. That's the next... Oh, that's the only other fast move this thing has. Like, it is locked in on Metal Claw, and I think that's probably a balancing thing, because if it had a better fast move at all, this thing would be just ridiculous. Opponent swapping into the Golden Go, a known answer to this thing. But Zacian has powerful moves. It's going to be going for the close combat. Both moves are resisted, but those would have done a ton of damage. Urshifu is going to come in because the opponent's probably not rocking. The focus, no, the focus blast? The focus blast? They sure farmed up to it, but they're going for the Shadow Ball. And this is where having the Dark type Urshifu would be real nice, but now we can live the, should we live the Shadow Ball? Surely, right? No, the opponent getting 2 shields off this Golden Go, but the energy from the Urshifu is locked, loaded, and secured, ready to dump into the opponent. We have 2 dynamic punches. One of these is going to land, and the other's going to get a shield, and then what do? Do you swap in Palkia, try to get the snipe? The opponent immediately shielding here, knowing that they are in for a bad time. Dynamic punch, it's just dynamic punch. It doesn't hurt, right? Wrong trainer, it does quite a lot of damage. And taking out Palkia, almost gets it, but that's a spatial rend, and that's going to hurt, isn't it? Yep. No, they only threw the Aqua Tail. That's amazing. Oh, I completely misfired. I thought they had enough for the rend. Oh, I feel like a fool, but you know what? We take booms for no reason here because this Aqua Tail is going to chip it. We have energy in high places. Aqua Tail reached, but it's the CMP, but we just saw this isn't going to be enough. Behemoth Blade taking it down low. Can Palkia withstand some Metal Claws and get to a move? This is very close. I don't know if they can, but we're going to try. Metal Claws going to farm down. Palkia aiming and gets the Aqua Tail to force the shield off of the Zacian just in the nick of time. And now we have a choice to make. Do we sack Urshifu immediately, or do we try to make a play to trick the opponent? Going for it. Close combat is reached. Zacian is looking to take out the Zacian on the Zacian on the opponent's side. And the Palkia comes in the immediate top left. Good game. My brain just detached for a moment and went somewhere, and I couldn't speak as a result. In the next game, another form of power creep right here in front of us. Mewtwo getting absolutely destroyed by these Metal Claws. Mewtwo used to be the king of the Master League, and now you never see him anymore. Scopely, can we fix this, please? This power creep is ridiculous. That Shadow Ball would have done a lot of damage, though. It's still Shadow Mewtwo. The opponent's going for another move. Is this the Size Strike? Do we just let the Shadow Ball go? Yes, we do. Shadow Ball rocks the Zacian, but does not do enough damage. The opponent brings in what looks to be a Dragon Tail Palkia, trying to catch that Aqua Tail. Unfortunately, not going to be able to grab it. And the opponent says you can catch these hands instead, trainer. We're going to go for the Spatial Rend. That's going to do a ton of damage. Opponent going to just barely miss this farm down, and Urshifu is making it to the Dynamic Punch. This is going to do a lot of damage. The opponent shields it. That's their final shield. And then comes Palkia. Opponent going to go for the move immediately, thinking it might be the Zacian. And we're calling the Aqua Tail. What a read Ladies and gentlemen, the opponent's Palkia goes down, and that will be deciding this game at this point. Could matter. Zacian coming in, go for one Aqua Tail, KO with the Behemoth Blade. That's going to do enough damage after the Aqua Tail. It's just a matter of, can we get the combo play? Opponent lagging? No. No. Did they really just close the app? They had a chance to win. Don't do that. Come on. I hope not. Maybe it's just the game being stupid. You know, we've all seen it, but I've seen both happen. I hope that nothing happened to this trainer. That really sucks, dude. Oh, I hate to see it. Oh, and that's the last battle? Oh, I would have liked to see the rest of that play out. I think both sides had a very fair shot at winning this game. I think they did. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe they just top left it. I don't know. Maybe they just closed the app. I don't know. But either way, great gameplay. I think this team is actually just immensely powerful. I genuinely think that this will break the Master League once more people get access to this Urshifu, because this is a ridiculously strong team. Let me know in the comments what team you're rocking in the Master League right now, if you're playing at all, if you're taking some time off, because this week sucks, I understand. A lot of the weeks this season seem to be like that, to be honest. But either way, we roll with the punches. We take what the algorithm giveth and taketh, as they say, even though I'm not an algorithm believer, but that is a subject for a discussion for another day. I just have really bad luck, trainers. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you. Bye!